Alright, and here is the video review for Ressha Sentai ToQger DX ToQ-Oh, the first of their mechs, the original main robot they control, formed by ToQ 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in their respective express trains. Obviously red, blue, green, yellow, and pink, standard Sentai team colors. And then they're all little express trains. And you can hook them all together to make a longer train, which will kind of show up in a little bit. But the front of each of them pops off, and you can form, this part of the train is what goes into the little henshin device, which is like a little train trestle that attaches to your wrist, for them to morph into their Sentai forms, into their super forms. So the front of each train pops off, just like that. And even the smaller trains have little attachments, so if you want to, you can attach, you can make a train of just the smaller front pieces as well, which is kind of neat. Plus, some of the upgrade forms include, on the arms and stuff, like the pink one, you pop this off and pop on the part of a different train to give it different powers and abilities, which is kind of neat. The trains themselves, when they're all snapped together, aside from like a little joint here for the leg, that only moves about that far, they don't really turn. They're pretty much just straight pieces of train plastic. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but they are kind of, I'm trying to think what scales. Would these be HO scale trains? We used to have model trains when I was a kid, and I don't remember what all the scales. I think N or O scale was the big train we had. And I want to say HO was the smaller trains my dad had, and those are about that size. But again, I'm not an expert on model trains, so shoot me if I'm wrong. Don't shoot me, but apologies if I am wrong on any of that. So yeah, they're the trains, and like I said, that's pretty much all they do in train mode. They're just trains. And like I said, you can flip out. Each train on the back has a little flip-out piece that you can use to connect even the larger trains all together to form one long. It won't even fit on the desk here. I'll try to pick this up, but you can make one really long train out of all of it. And as more mechs come out, more trains come out, you'll be able to make even longer and longer trains. I hope they all still have the combining mechanic, because I would love to make like one big long 35-foot train by the time the series is over. It also comes with the crossing gate sword/gun. You can fold it down to make it a gun, stick it up to make it a sword. And it's just a basic train gate motif there. So to combine them, like I said, you can use the front of these in the morphers. I don't have the morpher or the henshin device, so I can't show that off. I don't know how much I'm going to get into some of the peripheral stuff for this show, but I really do like trains. I really liked the Solar Streak Megazord, or the Travelion, and the Lightspeed Rescue big train. I think it was Lightspeed Rescue that had the big train Zord that carried everybody. So this is another one, and it's much better in hand, I think, than picture show. It's still not perfect, but you'll see that in a minute. So basically how they work is, in the show they're on different tracks, and they all kind of merge together. And there's little tabs here on the red train that go in here. They clip up and slide in. So you pop this in and then slide it up to lock it on. And when you want to take it apart, you push this button, and that unlocks it and allows you to slide off when you're done. So the green and blue attach to the sides there of red. And then the yellow and pink, you flip out these tabs. I'll make sure that's folded all up. And then they plug in to the side here. And again, the way they're designed, they really only fit together the one way. And then you have all the trains together. Now in the show, again, since they're on tracks, they're all kind of, when they initially join, they're all kind of straight together. And because of the way the angle in the shoulder joint works, they can't really do that here. They like to pop, so the pink and yellow are facing slightly outward. You can kind of see there, but oh well. Now you can take it, you can do it like in the show, and just lift it up if you want. Green and blue will lift up like that. Or you can flip the feet up manually, it doesn't matter. At that point you just kind of split the legs, and they'll just angle out slightly at this quote-unquote knee joint. Come up a little higher for the rest of it. Now the front of the train lifts up, and haha, yeah, I know. I hate Beavis. Flip that down to form the chest. Rotate the fists on the arms out. The two side pieces here flip down and rotate to form more of the torso. And then this piece folds down onto the back, And you flip this whole piece up and clip it onto here. And once that's done, you can actually see he's got like what look like train doors here in front of his face, and those open up like train doors to the side to form the face of the mech itself. And it is just like some solid lines of color, a little bit of detail like these little silver bits here and up here. And pictures made it look sillier. When you have it in hand and you can see some of the three-dimensionality of like the middle piece and all that stuff, it's not quite as silly looking. It is still a kind of silly looking mech. And I'm a little disappointed in like since the arms detach here and clip on, one for both the power up with the other mechs and for this part to be the henshin device connector or piece. There's no functional elbow. I mean, you've got joints at the shoulder. His head doesn't even turn. So you got joints at the shoulder and at the wrist, and that's pretty much it. The feet, again, you have to push this button to unlock the feet once they're in robot mode. And the sculpt here underneath, this blue and green here, is actually molded at an angle. So if you had him stand up, he doesn't stand very well because he'll lean forward a little bit and he's not solid, because these are molded at an angle to the main piece, so that they're only flat when you angle the legs out like that. So there he's very solid, but that's pretty much the only pose you're going to get out of him. Now you can plug this in, again, just like that. You can plug it in as a sword, or as I mentioned before, you can plug it down in and make it a gun. So yeah, it's a very basic mech. Like I said, I bought it because I like trains, and because I'm really interested in like some of the other trains. There's like, you can see there's some bits, both where these pieces connect off. There's some clips here on the side of the train, as well as on the back here on the back of the train, and up here on the top that get exposed. So when all's said and done, like there's going to be some other trains that will add on to this and clip on. We've seen pictures of some of them to bulk this up and make it look a little cooler. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this looks like by the end of the series when everything's all combined and big. Because his base form is all right. I wouldn't go breaking down anybody's door to get this one right now. You might want to, just because like the end result might be cool, but we haven't seen the final big combined form, so it could backfire on me. I'm taking that risk that it's going to look cooler by the end. And it's, like I said, it's not bad, but it's not like the ToQ-Oh mechs, which are really awesome from the get-go, and dinosaurs and big and noisy. There's no sound in this. But all in all, it's not as bad as my initial thoughts were. So like I said, it's okay. I think it has potential for later on in the series, and I don't want to miss out on that. But like I said, that could backfire on me. It could end up being kind of blah for the whole series. I don't know. I can't see that far into the future. But for what it is, it's basic, and it does the job. It conveys the mech from the show about as well as you can into plastic. So yeah, there it is, a DX ToQ-Oh. If you're interested in the series and you want the mech from it, or you just collect the mechs in general, pick it up. I don't think it's anything, like I said, I don't think it's anything to rush out for if you're not already digging it. But who knows. But there is a DX ToQ-Oh from Ressha Sentai ToQger.